I am Johannes Sibeko from Nelson Mandela University, and I'll be presenting with Nkazimlo. Nkazimlo, please introduce yourself.
Hello everyone. My name is Nkazimlo Ngcungca from Nelson Mandela University.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. So we are both proud to represent Nelson Mandela University in South Africa. We are going to share our paper titled Reflections on the Development and Implementation of the Digital Humanities Hub at Nelson Mandela University. The hub is located within the Faculty of Humanities under the guidance of our Deputy Dean, Jackie League. Since its launch in 2023, I've had the privilege of coordinating the hub's activities and growth. In this presentation, we will start by giving you a brief overview of Nelson Mandela University and the Faculty of Humanities, where our hub is based. From there, we will discuss some of the key challenges we have encountered in establishing and running the hub. Finally, we will share the strategies and steps we have taken to address those challenges. Oh, sorry. You may know the name Nelson Mandela because it is supposedly recognized around the globe. So our university initially took its name from the metropolitan municipality in which it is located, which was the Nelson Mandela Metropolitan Municipality. And then the university currently has about 35,000 students across 7 faculties and 2 cities, offering qualifications ranging from certificates to doctoral degrees. In 2017, we made a significant change where we renamed the university after Nelson Mandela himself to honor not just his name, but also his values and ideals. So moving away from being named after the metropolitan city. So this change came with a renewed focus on service to society, which is now one of our university's core mandates. Equity and equality are at the heart of everything we strive to achieve as an institution. The university prioritizes community engagement, promoting social justice by addressing gender-based violence and advocating for food sovereignty. The Faculty of Humanities, where the Digital Humanities Hub is located, is organized into several schools and departments. First, we have the language, media and communication, which covers linguistics and applied linguistics, languages, literatures, media and communication. So it covers a broad spectrum from studying how language shapes our world to exploring media's role in society. And then there's the School of Visual and Performing Arts, which brings together the creative disciplines of performing arts and visual arts, showcasing the incredible talent of our students and fostering artistic expression. And the Government and Social Sciences School, which includes history and political studies, public management and leadership, as well as sociology and anthropology, all of which focus on understanding and shaping societies. Finally, we have the Department of Ethics and Philosophy, where big questions about morality, values, and human existence are explored. So each of these schools plays an essential role in shaping our humanities faculty, and the Digital Humanities Hub is composed of representatives from all of these different schools. Humanities Hub is committed to transforming humanities research through innovative digital approaches in our pursuit of decolonizing knowledge. We challenge traditional academic paradigms by centering African perspectives and indigenous knowledge systems. We hope we hope to reframe scholarly discourse in ensuring that African voices and experiences are at the forefront of humanities research. Aligned with our university's strategic vision, we hope to create interdisciplinary spaces that integrate diverse academic perspectives and promote social justice. Our approach seeks to break down traditional disciplinary boundaries, fostering a more inclusive and comprehensive understanding of human experience through the transformative power of digital humanities. So the hub, inspired by Nelson Mandela's legacy, pays tribute to his vision, aligning with the commitment to shaping a brighter future through knowledge and understanding. Essentially, the hub aspires to be a leading contributor to the revitalization and Africanization of the humanities at Nelson Mandela University, thus offering a transdisciplinary home for diverse engagements. So we've encountered a number of challenges while establishing the hub, many of which are ongoing, such as resource and funding constraints, a low uptake similar by students and academics, the resistance to interdisciplinary collaborations, the need for training and infrastructure, ensuring cultural relevance within a predominantly Western-dominated field. We've also we are going to focus our discussion on these issues that are related to the resource and the funding. So while the hub receives institutional support from the Faculty of Humanities, there is no external funding to supplement its activities. I think if some of you were here for Professor Mino van Zanen's presentation earlier about how their digital humanities centers are funded, we are a little bit different from that because we rely only on the faculty, as we are yet to get funding from outside. So efforts to secure funding through grant applications have so far been unsuccessful, unfortunately, limiting the ability to expand or sustain operations effectively. The hub, as a smaller establishment is competing with funded projects such as the University of South Africa's Advancing Digital Humanities project, which is funded by the National Department of Higher Education, and established centers such as SADILA that Professor Mino mentioned earlier, and the University of Western Cape, which is funded by the National Research Foundation, thus making it difficult for us as a hub to get more funding because they already have more projects ongoing, so they have something to put on the table than our hub can. So although the faculty supports the hub, there is no designated physical office space. So this also makes it challenging to establish a visible and accessible presence for meetings, collaboration, and community building. Typically, people prefer to visit specific spaces for information. So currently it is my office that is functioning as the meet space for the digital humanities. However, with me being in classes the whole day, there is then no space because if I'm not in my office, they cannot access the office. So it makes it difficult to attract people for collaborations because if they go to my office and I'm not there, they don't return. So the hub has experienced also a reduction recently in staffing from two official staff members in the hub to only one in 2025. So the coordinator is now responsible for all operational and administrative tasks, which creates a heavy workload and limits the hub's capacity for growth. So to overcome this challenge, the coordinator dedicates Wednesdays to the hub duties, but it remains a challenge. So despite institutional backing, there is no funding available for an administrative assistant, making it a little bit difficult for us to do things, in a sense that if I am not able to do it, then we sort of accept that it will not happen. So the coordinator has to manage all aspects of the hub from the planning to communication, which is in the long term not suitable because of issues such as burnout and the inavailability of the coordinator at some point. So with minimal funding and staff, the hub struggles to offer a wide range of activities, workshops, or training sessions. This limits its ability to engage with the broader academic and local communities. So while the hub benefits from institutional support, its lack of external funding and resources limits opportunities to collaborate with other initiatives, both regionally and internationally. Although we have ongoing collaboration discussions, we are unable to contribute financially, thus disadvantaging us as we need to accept terms and conditions of secondary funding of our ideas. And without funding or a dedicated space, the hub struggles to establish its presence as a formal and visible entity within the institution and beyond. And unfortunately, this hinders our efforts to attract participants, partners, and potential funders. So if you know of any funding that we could apply for, please do share with us. I will now hand over to Nkazimlo.
Okay, thank you. We also experienced challenges getting people on board. In 2024, we initiated our Digital Humanities seminars. Our original plan was to begin by discussing data for the Digital Humanities. However, during the first two workshops, we realized we may have started at the wrong point, assuming that participants already understand and had demystified the concept of digital humanities. As a result, we shifted our focus to defining digital humanities both in an African context and more broadly. We invited people from different diverse backgrounds to share their perspectives on what digital humanities means to them, offering a variety of insights into its scope and relevancy. Just also helping the participants to see how their own work could align with or contribute to the field. This was very important to ensure they didn't feel excluded or perceive digital humanities as a domain reserved for selected few. Although we conducted the workshops and initially had people joining, we noticed a lack of consistency. Participants or scholars would initially show interest, but over time, the number of attendees would gradually decrease. This inconsistent attendance posed challenge to maintaining engagement and achieving our collaborative objectives. Another challenge we noticed was individuals' tendency to work in silos. Because we wanted collaboration, silos work stifles creativity and prevents the rich intellectual exchange that characterizes digital humanities. To overcome this challenge, we have dedicated a specific time for members to meet, update one another, and share conference papers. We aim to collaborate on these papers as a hub, including attending workshops together. Please, next slide. Please, okay, thank you. Okay, so training and infrastructure. To broaden students and staff's knowledge about DH, we offered training and workshops at the conference so that staff gets access. However, as Dr. Sibeko already mentioned, that funding posed a significant challenge. To address this, some training sessions were supported by conferences, allowing us to continue building capacity. For instance, during the natural language process retreat, specialists trained students for free. In 2023, we had our first DH conference themed Digital Humanities for Inclusion. In 2024, we organized 6 successful workshops. The images on this slide were captured during one of our workshop sessions. The aim of the workshop was to discuss what work in the humanities will look like with AI. So not replacing the person, but assisting the person in the workplace. We worked with our very own Jonathan van der Walt, Stili Sharambus, who is the co-founder of the Daily Maverick newsroom, and Chabalala, who is a project manager of Tangible Africa. The presentation demonstrated how the AI is used by the human and does not become a person. This year, the Nelson Mandela University, we will be hosting the SALAS conference, in which we are still planning to provide our students with the necessary skills for digital humanities. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Okay, thank you. Okay. Cultural relevancy. So the Digital Humanities Hub, it has enabled us to design and implement cultural relevant projects that support the preservation of African cultural traditions. Just to mention an example is Jonathan van der Walt's project titled From the Woods to the Soil, which critically examines white African identity and heritage in post-apartheid South Africa. Jonathan van der Walt explores braai not just as a culinary activity, but as a deeply cultural and symbolic ritual in South Africa. Similarly, my study, my MA study research explored social identity expression and language use among amaXhosa. In short, amaXhosa are Bantu ethnic group primarily found in the Eastern and Western Cape provinces of South Africa. amaXhosa speak isiXhosa, a language belonging to the Nguni. The study demonstrated how isiXhosa individuals express their social identity online, on YouTube to be specific, revealing specific words used by commenters such as Tamagu, Ixakato, which serves as markers of cultural identity. In this study, I made use of digital humanities methods for data mining, automatic language identification, and also use content analysis. We also plan to write an act. Sorry.
Sorry,
Sorry,
we are at
we're out of time.
Oh, out of 10. Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, thanks. But we did write a full paper, so I think people who are interested in learning more can read that paper. So it's part of the proceedings.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.